Were you really? You were born ready, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen.
You gonna keep going with that? Is that going somewhere?
It could be, but it's not.
Well, why not?
Because I don't have anything else to... Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for an amazing unboxing stream. Tonight, we're going to be unboxing a printer, a phone, and even an order from AliExpress. Are you excited? Because I'm excited.
You drifted a little bit into Batman there. What's up, guys? I hope you're having an awesome Friday. We were live for that entire introduction, by the way.
Dope. That was meant to be more that dude from Bonesaw McGraw. That's who it was. Don't say it. Guess that movie.
All right, chat, you heard him. Please tell me what that movie was.
I know you know what movie it was.
Oh, I do now. Where did that come from?
Yeah, I was going for a little more of the Bonesaw McGraw.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, brother.
Which I feel like was what his character was going for.
Builder's Marks up, let's get ready to rumble. Yes, it's been kind of an action-packed day. We just got done playing 9 very long holes, speed run dinner, and here we are. We've been in the sun. That doesn't mess.
Go away.
Oh, come. Do you need to say hi to the people? Then you can go away. Come here. Come here. Come say hi to the people. That's your dad.
Don't lick me in my face.
Yes, say hi to the people.
Thanks.
All right, we'll find something to do now.
Go away.
That might be the earliest appearance in a stream by the dog yet.
Could be.
So, we have a lot to do tonight. And not a lot of time to do it in. Pupper treat already? You heard the man. So, while cameraman Beau goes on the pupper treat run, I'm going to give you guys the full lowdown. So, we have some updates. We have some printer stuff to talk about. We have some cool prints we're going to look at. The main events are, we have some really cool things to open up. If you guys remember the last stream, if you were here, if you weren't, it's okay. We did some AliExpress shopping, and I received my first order from AliExpress. It didn't take that long. I have not opened any of the things. But Mark, the dog, got his treat. And his
Two of them.
2 of them, okay. The dog tax has been paid. So, first off, I want to talk about the Flash Forge. So that was what we did on the last stream, was we unboxed the Adventurer 5M Pro. And I've been printing a lot on that machine. And I have some early thoughts. We're not quite at review stage yet.
In case anyone was curious, that has been thrown all the way to the wall behind the camera. And knocked over another tripod. Fortunately, there wasn't a camera on it. Rem said, "Here, Floor, have this thing. For Pete's sake."
Thank you, sir.
Got you.
So, like, the third thing that I printed on the Flash Forge was this Gengar at like 300% scale. And it is, I'm going to call it like 95% perfect. Like, this thing looks amazing. The machine is doing a really good job. Like, there's a little bit of ringing and some stuff we'll talk about more in the full review. But I would say if this was my first printer and this was like the third thing that I ever 3D printed, I would be super, super stoked with it. Let's actually grab you guys the phone camera real quick so you can see it a little bit closer.
He actually left the printer at my house the night we unboxed it, and this was printing overnight. I pulled it off in the morning, and there was a little bit of stringing on it, but with, I don't know, 90 seconds and a torch, you can't tell.
Yeah, there we go. Nice and close. So we got a little bit of wonkiness up here on one of these ears. I don't know if we had a cooling issue or what happened there, but the rest of the print is devoid of those particular artifacts. The lines are super clean. This layer stacking is immaculate. Now we have The same ear that has a little cooling defect. Looks like we have just a touch of ringing. This filament is not exactly the greatest. I'll show you guys the first layer too. Look at that. That is crispy. I did have to bump the Z offset a little bit just because I wasn't super thrilled with my first layers. They were a little bit tall for my liking. I didn't have the right amount of squish. I am super stoked overall with how the machine is operating. So far, it's doing fantastic. No Mercy MTG, what's up? Thanks for joining in.
Yo, what up, fam?
The Thug Life didn't choose him. Or wait.
You got that backwards.
I sure did.
I didn't choose the Thug Life. The Thug Life chose me.
Bold move from a farm boy. So, anyway.
With a farmer's tan.
Brother, mine makes you...
I don't know, man. We're both pretty bad.
Well, the problem is, the only time that I ever, like, don't have a shirt off outside to even that out is when I mow my yard. That's only an hour a week.
I don't leave my house without wearing a shirt.
Well, my yard is at my house, as most people's are.
I don't leave the confines of the insides of my house without a shirt on.
Well, that's because you're usually so pale that would be a public safety hazard.
It would cause cars to wreck.
It's kind of like one of those really high-vis reflectors.
To quote, I can't remember the comedian's name, and I'm upset about it, but I have the complexion of an iPhone flashlight.
The New Maker's filament is awesome. We told everybody.
Strong agree.
We've been saying it since November of last year, and we're going to keep saying it. We have a really, really big project planned. Mark, you're going to love this. I'm not going to divulge very many... Actually, I'm not going to divulge any of the details about it, but it's going to be huge.
Which sucks because I don't remember what it is. I never remember what they are.
The big project we saw at Murph.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I remember now.
Yeah.
It's going to be dope.
The one that's going to overhaul the entire studio.
Yes, I'm very excited
with nothing but 3D prints. And I might hit up our friends over at PCB Way to machine us some parts for it. Particularly...
You're going to have to, and I say you because I suck at it, you're going to have to custom design some stuff for...
100%.
For several things.
100%.
It's going to be fun, though.
And
it's going to be a very long project, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, that's part of why I'm glad we have so many speedy printers now. We have...
Yeah.
We have one Bambu, two Bambu. I have a Bambu. I have another Bambu. There's another Bambu at my house. Not to mention, we also have the SV06 Plus upstairs.
That is true.
And we have the Flash Forge. Realistically, we're going to be able to knock those prints out very fast. So, huge project. It's going to overhaul the entire studio. I'm not sure how much of it you guys are going to be able to see, but know that it's going to be it.
You'll see pictures of it.
Oh yeah. What are we estimating? What is your guess? How many kilos of filament do you think it's going to take?
So many.
I'm guessing 8.
More than that.
More?
More than that. To do what I was talking about doing, which we actually need to revert back to how we're going to do it.
Yeah, we need a game plan this still.
Yeah, we 100% were talking about how we were going to do it on our way back from Murph. And we're straight up like, oh yeah, we'll figure it out when we get to the house. Murph was, what, 2 weeks ago? Yeah. We didn't even kind of a little bit figure it out. Even sort of.
Well, we left here at 5:30 in the morning, drove 3.5 hours to Goshen, Indiana, spent 8 hours there, took another 5 hours to get home after stops and dinner. It was a long day.
It was a long day. But yeah, I'm guessing everything. I'm guessing 15 or more.
15?
I'm betting 15 or better.
I'm going to have to email New Makers. Like, I feel like I could get them to sponsor that video.
Probably could.
That's going to be a huge advertisement piece for them.
I would just like to point out, if they sponsored us for 10 spools, that would get us a lot of the way done.
You know what we need to do first? We need to print some of these parts out in small scale, so we can actually physically assemble our layouts that you and I both have in mind for this to see how we need to do it.
One thing that would be nice is if we print them small enough to scale, we could just do a print bed of several of them.
Yes. So, huge project. This is probably going to be, my guess is August time frame on the complete, like end of August, maybe September. Because
you just put a song in my head, and I'm a little mad about it.
Wake you up when September ends?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So anyway, huge project. Super excited for that.
Yeah, me too.
That's
gonna be fun.
Well, I mean,
it's also gonna be very time and filament consuming.
Well, we're not gonna need tripods anymore. We're not gonna have to buy an overhead tripod. We're not gonna need light stands anymore.
That's true. What do you think the infill's gonna be on that stuff? I didn't ask. Did you ask him about that? I didn't ask him about it at all.
So I think it's just gonna be mostly walls. So I think we just use the Bambu strength profile. That's where we'll get the most strength, is by everything being walls.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I do know over a 10-foot span, it could support 200 pounds of weight.
They claim.
I'm inclined to believe them. That was robust feeling.
I am too.
After like feeling,
the one dude was just standing on it.
Yeah. So that's gonna be cool. Oh yeah, and Calyx is offering up his printer to help too.
Calyx, you're such a wonderful person.
Yeah, we might have to get him. So yes, New Maker's Filament is awesome. Love it very much. We actually got to meet our point of contact over there while we were at Murph. That was a fantastic experience.
Super friendly guy.
Yes, super amazing. I feel kind of bad that we haven't like worn our New Makers shirts on a stream or in a video yet. We're gonna have to do that. But yes, if you guys want some awesome filament that you can get at a great price, newmakers.com, and if you use code RTMS, Rem Thompson's Maker Shed, RTMS at checkout will save you 5% and help out the channel. They do tiered pricing, so it's actually cheaper to get 10 spools of filament than it is to get 9.
Not cheaper per spool, mind you. Cheaper. Your whole order will go down in total cost if you buy 10 versus 9.
Yes, and they have it tiers at a few different levels. We just always buy 10 at a time.
Well, mainly because it's really high quality filament. It's all of their PLA is PLA plus. I don't think they sell just like regular PLA, do they?
No, they also have some really special stuff in the works that Paul told us about. And oh man, I think we're gonna have to do a New Maker's Boron build with the new filament that's on the way.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's their PLA is super high quality. Again, it's all PLA plus. And when you buy 10 spools or more, it works out to, I want to say, like $13 a spool. And it's not budget. I mean, that is budget pricing, but it's not budget filament. It's very high quality.
Well, let's find out.
At least in my opinion. I mean, we've printed a ton of stuff out of it. This is printed out of New Makers.
All right, if you buy up to 4 spools, it's $18.99. If you buy between 5 and 9 spools, it's $10.99. These are per kilo, by the way. And if you buy 10 or more, it's $13.99 for PLA.
So $14. I misspoke. But even still, $14 for a 1 kilo spool of high quality PLA plus filament. Come on, that's hard to beat.
They have 30 colors of standard PLA, including a transparent and a Ryobi-inspired green. So if you're a Ryobi tool person, they have the perfect green to match. A ton of stuff. So I highly recommend checking out New Makers. They've been really awesome to work with. Super nice people. And it's honestly one of the absolute best filaments I've ever printed with. I don't like to recommend things that I don't personally use.
Plus, New Maker's Royal Blue is the best blue.
Mostly because it's our blue.
It is our blue.
You guys should like help us write letters and start a letter writing campaign to have them rename it from Royal Blue to RTMS Blue.
And also, this was never planned. That we both this blue is one of our favorite colors.
Let's show that on the
combined.
Let's show that on the phone camera. Show the people how pretty that blue is. Just gorgeous. Go ahead and give us a twirl there, buddy. Give us a gentle. Yeah, look at that top layer. Printed on the Bambu A1.
This has crud on it. I should have cleaned that up before putting it on the phone cam.
It's fine. Fine, we're doing it live.
We're professionals.
We're doing it live. Which, speaking of doing it live, we need to keep stuff moving. So I think it's time to unbox my new toy. So, as you guys may or may not know or be aware, Bambu Lab has been running a sale since the beginning of June that was supposed to end at the beginning of July. And as far as I'm aware, it's still going. So I have a video concept in mind that required me to... What are you, a cat?
I was making room on the table.
That's fair. I have a video concept in mind that actually required me to purchase a new printer. I know. I'm so disappointed as well. Kinda did. Commitment to the bit, man. Commitment to the bit.
Any excuse to buy a new printer is what he means to say.
I'm addicted to buying 3D printers. And no, I don't want help. So, I had to buy a new 3D printer. And as you could tell by the title and thumbnail of this stream, I bought a Bambu A1. The full-sized A1, because I already have an A1 Mini. And we do have plans for the A1 Mini. It's going to become our new set printer. The main reason for that is it's fast and it's pretty quiet overall. So I think it would actually do really well in the studio. And sometimes it'd be fun to have a printer running behind us that is not making up obnoxious stepper motor noises.
You're gonna have to turn off those beeps. Those are pretty obnoxious.
They are. And yes, like Kalex said, the stream is still going on. Did you throw the Sharpie on the floor?
What Kalex said was sale is still going on.
What did I say?
Stream.
Yes, the sale is still going on.
I did throw a Sharpie on the floor.
I forgot to stream safe this box.
Ah.
I am determined to dox myself.
Yourself, me.
Yeah, that should be good. All right, so we have to keep moving. So we're gonna get this printer out of the box.
For the record, the last time Rem said that should be good, we blew up a set of microphones.
Well,
and when I say blew up, I'm not exaggerating. They exploded. It was an internal explosion, but they exploded.
They made a horrifying noise.
Yeah, it scared me. I thought I just vented lithium batteries in my hand and was about to not have that hand.
Become handant, if you will. I think we're Gucci. You don't have to reach in front of the camera. Also, in case any of you guys are knife people, further testaments, the blue and black are my favorite colors. This is the Heretic knives. I think it's the Hydra. And this is a special edition with fat carbon forged carbon fiber. Number 28 of 1,000. Out the front, automatic, and honestly one of my favorite knives. This will come as zero shock to any single one of you guys watching. This thing is impeccably...
See, that's why I was just pushing stuff onto the floor.
This printer is...
I think you can just lift the sack out.
Yeah, let's do that and get the box out of the way. I don't know if this is how they want us to do it, but this is how we're doing it. So that way we can see each other, their chat. As comes as a surprise to absolutely nobody. So far, this printer is also impeccably well packaged. Now, I like these little hot dog things, I call them, like hot dog bubble wrap.
There's a build plate attached to this.
There is a build plate attached to that, as well as some instructions. We are probably actually going to need those, because it is my understanding that this printer does not come 100% assembly.
That is correct. No, go.
So, again, I think I've made my stance on these very clear in the past. These filament coils are not it. I get that this is a budget printer. However, the FlashForge at least came with a 250 gram baby spool of filament.
It was an actual spool.
Okay. I think we need to be kind of careful here. Nope, that's not attached to anything. That is a large desiccant pack. Also, can you... Yeah, there we go. I love the fact that they do this like smoke gray PTFE tubing.
I really like the rubber feetsies on the bottom of this.
The feetsies. I eat. So
That's dope. Look at this screen.
Yep, love that. So let's let me move this. Show chat that. Show chat what that does.
I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see this real well, but this right here is the screen, and it does one of these little rotating numbers.
Fantastic. I love that because, I mean, I don't really touch the screen on my A1 that much unless I'm, or on my Mini, unless I'm
Feel how much those feet are gripping the table.
That is a lot.
That's wild.
This, okay. I think we're going to need to actually follow some instructions, and I'm going to grab the tool chest here.
I have this piece. Spool holder. I'm guessing this is a spool holder.
That is, in fact, part of the spool holder. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, that thread's in. I like that. I've not actually seen one of these in person yet. Yes, those are filament swatches, so you can see what all of Bambu's filaments look like. Some of them are printed, some of them are injection molded, and if they're like the A1 Mini, they should be conjoined by a string.
Oh, they appear to be.
Okay. So that's what all the Bambu Lab filaments look like. I love the fact that they're color sorted. And cameraman Beau's gonna wear it like a little necklace for us.
Cameraman Beau's gonna have to take his hat off for that test. Nothing.
There's filament swatches everywhere. You are embracing my chaos.
Nothing.
Okay. As much as this pains me, I'm gonna have to look at the instructions.
I just want you to know you're gonna regret telling me to do that here in about 5 minutes.
What? Wear those like a necklace?
Yes.
Because they're everywhere?
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna do this. I got you this.
Please stop.
And I have so many of them.
Yeah, however many colors they have. Out of here. I've never seen...
I see you're 50, and I'll raise you 100.
You're too much. I've never seen a build plate packaged like that before, where it...
Properly installed.
Yeah. So, another really cool thing with this machine is it uses the same exact build plates as the P1 and X1 machines. I love that they're printed. All right. That matches.
It does match.
Hey, I completed step 1 correctly,
You.
which was install the build plate.
was rude.
Well, the next step is
Rude.
to unlock Don't show your house key on stream. Don't you know what people can do with 3D printers?
I'm not even sure what a 3D printer is.
So the first thing we have to do is undo. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That is way over torqued. That did not need to be so tight. There's 4 screws, it looks like, holding the build plate in place. Your cleaning lady's gonna have a fit.
She'll get over it. I know I already have.
Those require some serious oomph. Like,
I told you were gonna regret it.
you are too much sometimes. Good thing I don't like to have my shirt tucked in.
Before the end of the night, I'm gonna be trick shotting these into your shirt.
Yeah, with you. Okay, so I think this can come back over. Our build plate freed? Build plate's freed. What's happening here?
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Interesting. Okay.
Pop it. Twist it. Pull it.
Printer frame. Housing. This is so heavy. Like, I feel like most of the weight of the printer is this gantry. So, this is the new version of the heat bed cable. That is quite a stout wiring loom.
Raise you 100.
I like the looks of that. So, like we have some tape on here that needs to come off. Everything on this looks super, super well thought out.
You got a pair of snips handy? Because there's about 37 cable ties on it.
I did have a set that I was messing with over here before stream. Dude. My shirt is full of filament swatches. Co-host is mean. Being bullied.
You bullied me first.
So not true. I would never.
No one believes you.
Everybody should believe me. Calyx, that... So Calyx says that he thinks he's gonna try to get an A1 in the winter time. I think that'd be a really solid choice. What are you doing? What are you doing with all these printers, Calyx? Okay, what is happening with this one?
Is yours stuck too?
Yeah. Oh. What? Okay, that's unnecessary.
The key is to yank it out of there.
Yeah.
You got another one here?
Yep. Mark.
No, I need the snips.
Oh, I agree very much. So Builder's Mark said that he wants Bambu to release a bigger printer. And knowing Builder's Mark, I know what bigger means. And I agree. Like
400 millimeters cubed.
that would be
Oh, so it just
amazing.
comes with the thing sitting on there.
Yeah.
for the.
He said currently he's collecting them.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nah. So we need to tilt this. That just looks like that, right?
I believe that is correct.
There we go.
Then you just run a quad gantry level.
A quad gantry level. Okay. Can't argue with that. Heathen. Push the heat bed fully to the front. And this should slide back. Uh-oh.
It's gonna break it.
No, sir. Builders Mark said he thinks they're going to do 350 by 350 by 400. I would be willing to bet, because I mean, surely they're already working on a bigger printer.
Hi, Shirley. I didn't know we had a Shirley in the chat.
You are...
I warned you.
Too much sometimes. We need to put 10 screws in the base of this thing.
No, thank you.
Okay, you don't have to. I need to put 10 screws into the base of this thing. Will you do me a favor and start putting those in the green circle holes? So,
Including these ones on the tracks?
yeah. I have to say, I love how thought out everything is. So,
What about the non-green holes?
I'd rather you not. Mostly because the instructions don't say that they need to go there. Do you have extras?
I have 4 extras.
Cool. Maybe they go towards the front or something, I don't know. So, I love that Bambu actually takes their user experience into mind. Oh,
Maybe they're just extra because
grab that one.
I got that one on my side.
There might be a couple extras. They're pretty good about that stuff too. But I love the fact that they take their user experience into account when they design their printers. Like, I have put a lot of 3D printers together in my time.
I have put none 3D printers together in my time.
Correct. Watch out where the green circles are. They seem to be a clear sticker running all the way up. So it might want to pull up. I just removed it completely once I realized it was a clear sticker. Ah, yes. I think the ones on the top definitely look like they're going to be easy to deal with. Although... Yep. Like, the fact that this machine, they actually thought through how people would be assembling this and made everything easy and highlighted. I genuinely like that. Like, a lot of people want to hate on Bambu. You're literally the target demographic for these products. Okay.
Did you get this one? Did you get that one?
Yeah, I got them all. Just doing a quick spot check now.
I didn't make him second guess himself at all.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Not at all.
I got you this.
Got you a couple more of them there screws.
I have 3 more of them there screws.
Well, I got 2 more holes up front there for you.
One of those stickers kind of came off there a little bit. And now it's in the way. That went directly on the floor. It passed go so quickly it did not collect $200. Shove it forward. That is 1 sticker.
Clever. I understand what was happening now. I was not understanding before that. Trying to turn this thing into a generator.
So anywhere we can get some free electricity, I'm not going to turn it down.
Hook up an exercise bike tier.
I'm upset about that.
No. Sure, it's fine. You have left over there 1 screw?
1 screw. Because there's 1 screw sitting on the table.
Yeehaw, partner.
I got you this.
It's an unsafe work environment.
I got you this. How many of those sprockets are in there?
A lot. So now we can put this cover back on.
You're a cover back on.
Is that anything like a holler back girl?
Few times I've been around that build plate.
Okay, so now that those are in, the instructions say to lay it flat on the table. Ease for comfort. Okay, so
I don't know what you're doing, but that is not flat. I'm guessing we have to plug some stuff in.
yes, it is time to do up the plugs.
Conveniently, they're all color-coded.
They are, in fact.
I come inside you with this one. This goes this way. Yonder.
Camera. I love this. We should have done this a little different. There's a Type-C connector on here now.
That's wild.
What? How clean that is?
Screw that screw.
Oh wait, was that screw already captive in there?
Yes.
Love that. You can keep working on that while I try to get this cable back in its housing. Get her?
I got her.
Looks like we've got a small screw. Did you grab the... Ah, nope. There you go. You do up that.
This little guy?
Yep.
Tighten or loosen?
Give me a tight.
Pretty tight already.
Is it?
Yes.
I wonder. Keep flush with the base. Plug in. Plug in connectors, tuck in, okay. Wow. Okay. Surely that is not how that is meant to just be.
I don't know, and don't call me Shirley.
That's probably gonna be okay. I accidentally pulled this out. I wish that these were in like some sort of sleeving or something.
I'd like to put you in some sleeving. I've told you before, they don't make sense. They just come out.
Bruh. Okay, there we go. Okay, I want to show. I see the bigger size one real quick.
Is there a bottom captive screw on that?
Yeah. Align the two clips with the cable box. Do not force the insert. Make sure the cable is nice and flush. Then screw in the pre-installed screw. Yeah, there's only one. Okay.
Maybe it's just fine like that.
I'm hoping. I want to show you guys how this connector works. This is a pretty clever thing here. So this is all of the connectors onto the printer. And it all comes through this kind of like junction box thing. Pretty handy. What I was struggling with was getting this little black and gray wire to go back into its housing. But everything is color sorted. Makes it nice and easy. And there's a USB-C cable right in there. Probably for the power delivery or the screen to interface with everything. I'm not 100% sure why that's there. I'm no engineer. Then, yep. So, what did Mark say? Mark said, "I saw your post about the phone. What do you think about it? Or is that another stream? I did rework the cover to be thicker so folks can do like Keyforge." So far, initial impressions of the phone, really good.
The camera is genuinely pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it's pretty solid, honestly. I didn't get a good chance to play around with it. It got delivered while we were golfing, so I got to play with it at dinner a little bit. And so far, so good.
What you looking for?
The wiper thing that clips on right here.
Oh, weird.
Do you have that?
I do not have it. I know where it is, but I don't have it.
Where is it?
Oh, it's back here.
Ah, that's handy. And our spool holder. Honestly, that's clever as heck. This spool holder, more companies should do stuff like this. Just swings around the front. And then, boom.
Just like a gypsy.
What? Does,
My brain is firing on all cylinders, but some of them are a little out of time. They're firing. They're just not delivering the power when they're supposed to be.
do you have... Nope, I do. The timing belt's broken. Trying to put the screw in the right place helps. Knowing your right from your left helps.
Or in your case, you're right from your wrong.
Why does everything always come back to me being left-handed? Dude.
It's not my fault you're left-handed.
Correct. Let's be kind of careful because that's where the screen is. Like, that's the hole. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they give spare feet too.
Neat. What you looking for?
A single screw. Here it is. It landed on the floor. Thank you.
That was a single screw.
You are correct. It is in fact a single screw. So Calix said, what exactly is this phone and what does it do?
It calls people.
You're not wrong about that, probably.
That was a good save.
Thank you. It's using the wrong screw.
It also can text people.
Well, we don't know that for sure because I haven't put a SIM card in it.
We assume it can text people.
So the phone is from a company called Nothing, who makes some really cool. I think that's just a little loose like that. Don't want to overdo that. No, that's probably fine. Probably more than that has to push. So the phone is from a company called Nothing. They make some really cool Android smartphones. Oh, we're ready to turn this baby on, man. After I run the button tube. Yeah. That large bag seemed a little excessive for one single button tube.
That just pivot.
Yep.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yep. Your banter back and forth right now is reminding me of Bob and Doug McKenzie. Hot Fix, welcome in.
I don't know who either of those people are.
What this guy said. I'm going
But dibs on Doug.
I could see you being a Doug.
Hi, I'm Doug.
Yeah, people would believe that.
I'm gonna start telling people that.
Is that going to be your new fast food name?
That's just gonna be my new name.
Oh, you're Doug now?
Because I'm an expert in nameology. Name that movie.
Oh. Alright, chat. Could you put that little tool inside of yonder?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What's this bag of screws for?
What does it say?
I don't want to say.
For stiffener.
I don't know what that means. That's why I didn't want to say.
So, Bambu, they designed a kit for people to top mount the AMS light on top of the gantry.
You're lying to me.
Nope, certainly not. The stiffener system are brackets that they designed that go like on the z-axis rails.
And it stiffens it.
It's to increase the rigidity of the frame so that way the extra weight of up to 4 full spools of filament on top don't cause any issues with it rocking back and forth. Did we ever see the movie Strange Brew? No.
No.
Never even heard of it, in fact.
Same.
So, that is an assembled printer. I'm sure by now most people in chat have seen. Well, okay. Please stop. Ooh, that's a good orange. This one's good too. Oh, that's the Pet G. So kind of a interesting thing. I like that they're keeping costs down by only doing like one version of stuff, but they give you the full 5-way cable clip that they give you with the AMS Lite as well to hold your hot end assembly cable, which you can actually use it for 4 pieces of Bowden tube if you have the AMS hooked up. I like that they're minimizing, however, a small clip would have been cool. Like, that would have been the kind of thing they could easily 3D print. Yeah, that's it. It's assembled.
With a spare one of these.
I haven't even gone through the first one on the A1 yet, or on the A1 Mini, and I've had the thing for like a year.
It's got lubricant oil.
Leave room for heat bed.
Lubricant grease.
Oh, there's a little warning tab on the back here to leave room for heat bed movement. So that way this cable doesn't get worn in. So a lot of you guys, Tin Talon, Shannon, hi Shannon. Not that Shannon, I don't think. But hi Shannon, welcome in. So a lot of you guys probably know that there was a pretty big recall with the A1 this year.
Ow.
It was earlier this year.
Okay.
And they had to redesign the Y-axis, the heat bed cable, because they were wearing out. And this should be the new version that's like Kevlar infused. And like there is definitely some strain relief going on here. But that is so clever. I love that. The printer is assembled. Sergeant Porky's Bacon Pants, what's up, man?
Just the power cable.
Right here. Do we have enough cable to just go ahead and to put this where the Cobra is? So it can hang out and print behind us? Without it being a major malfunction junction back there? Okay, Alex, I promise we're gonna circle back to the nothing CMF really quickly. So far, this thing is awesome. It feels great in the hand. It looks really good. The camera is super crisp. I'll have to use this to post some pictures of prints and things. I love the screen size. So this is actually, this has slightly more screen than my iPhone 13 Pro Max. Redog Knight, what's up, man? Just asked if you poked yourself with the acupuncture needle.
No.
He's lying.
To answer your first question, no. It's not long enough to go up there.
Okay.
To answer a question you didn't ask, yes, it's long enough to print in place.
Okay. You've been lurking since the beginning. You were cutting up a watermelon for dessert. That's awesome. I don't really like watermelon. That's a fun fact about me.
The flavor or the fruit?
The fruit. I like watermelon flavored things, but I don't like watermelon. Okay, so I think it's only right that we get this thing fired up and started printing. Hold on a second.
I'm gonna touch it.
You can touch it in just a second.
I'm gonna touch it.
I promise you can have dibs on turning it on. But why don't we... Jeez out, man. Jeez out. 10 people in here, man.
Woo, what up, all 10 of you?
It's our second biggest stream ever.
Wow.
I promise you can do that. Why don't we set it over there in the corner so that way we can leave it run on the table? and then
Hold this.
we can get you out from behind the printer.
Hold this.
Yeah, that'll work. Go ahead and power that bad dog on now. Hit the button. Hit the lever, Kronk. Boom. Oh, hit the peel. What's astonishing is how much bigger than the A1 Mini this is. I'm sure there's something pre-sliced on here we can print for tonight. We're also... Yeah, we're not gonna do anything but bed leveling. I have actually somewhere here. I had a brand new spool of New Maker's Lagoon Blue that I carried in here that's never even been opened before.
Is it this?
It is this. Would you like to do the honors?
I don't know what knife that is because I don't remember at all because I got it in trade.
It's the kickstop.
Well, yeah, but you remember who made it? I figured if anyone in this room remembered, it would be you because it's for sure not me.
Tashi Baracha? That sounds about right. Is this?
Whoa. This is going to be vibrant.
Yeah. Okay. So, what stickers did we get? I'm a maker, not a buyer. And what's it? Love that they do this. So New Makers include these little cards.
This is amazing.
So they include these little cards with their filament. So it says PLA plus. It gives you the temperatures, recommended speeds, and then says that they recommend using glue stick on your bed surface to ensure best printing.
Go lay down.
Come on, buddy.
Go.
Where's your toy? Go get your toy. Yeah, good boy.
Can we get the phone camera in on this?
We sure can.
Because it is incredible looking.
It's like a tealy turquoise. I think I've had this before.
This color?
Yes.
I don't recall seeing this before.
I don't know anything I would have done with it. That's a pretty color. I really enjoyed my New Maker's filament. That's great filament. And if you... Wow. That build plate scooting. Hold on. Let me get the phone camera up there. Show the people what you're doing.
I'm
Let's show them how this system works here, because this is... Love this. Oh, it's focused on your arm.
oh, my bad.
That's not your bad. The shaky cameraman.
And we're in there.
Sweet. So, let me give you guys... I'm so sorry that I'm so shaky. Let me get you guys back on the printer here. I think I'm going to move this. There are filament swatches everywhere. That looks better. This thing moves. So it's working on cleaning the nozzle. What I love about the A1 series machines are the genuinely toolless nozzle swaps. Like, being able to change the nozzle super quick and easy is just so nice.
Turns out, he needed out.
That's fair.
That's why he was being pain in the rear. We put all these filament swatches all over the floor.
I don't know, some jerk.
What a jerk.
All right,
Nobody golfs left-handed.
I had nothing to do with those filament swatches on the floor. Okay, so there you go. Give you guys the front-facing view. Do you have any bottled water?
No. I have filtered water out of the fridge. Would you like me to fill up your water bottle?
I didn't carry it inside. I'll get a cup in a moment. Okay, so while the printer does its due, let you guys be able to see that and then still see us as well. Let's do one of the centers. There we go. We'll shrink the phone feed a little bit. Actually, really good setup.
I'm doing like it.
Builder's Mark has a blue ocarina. Said he painted his.
I just printed mine out of blue filament.
That was the Xyltech from the hobby store, right?
It was, and it frankly didn't really print that well. Granted,
That was on the Viper.
it was on the Viper, which we never did get
You can talk about
completely
that. I'm gonna
dialed
get
in.
water.
But it's a silk filament, and it's honestly, like, it looks really nice, but I'm not gonna hold this up in front of the phone cam right now. But there are randomly lines going, it printed like this, and there are randomly lines going up it, where, I mean, it's, you can feel them, they're thicker. It is thicker in these areas all the way around the part. I have no idea why it printed like that. Again, the printer wasn't exactly dialed in, but yeah, there's three more pieces actually that go along with this. There's a gray or silver, whatever. You're supposed to print it out of a silver, probably a metallic filament if you have it, with the yellow Triforce emblem that goes on the front of that, which I think is pretty cool. And then there's a stand. I didn't print any of those things because I didn't have silver or yellow filament, and I didn't care about a stand. This is playable, and I just wanted to be able to play it because I thought it was cool.
And he learned a portion of the Song of Time, which is more than I can say I learned on mine.
And then I gave up because my ADHD kicked in.
All right, so is the update done on this thing? So the printer is running. I want to talk about this phone. What's really, really cool is this is an Android smartphone by the company Nothing. And I first learned about this I first learned about this phone exactly Wednesday.
That is expensive filament.
Yeah, I've seen more expensive filament. So I learned about this phone Wednesday while I was watching Loyal Moses' Twitch stream. And what I find really interesting about this phone
is how easily they got him to buy it.
Yes, very easy. This phone costs $200. This is a $200 Android phone. It has a 50 megapixel Sony camera sensor, which takes astonishingly good pictures. I think the refresh rate on the screen is up to 120 hertz. And I just unscrewed this little dial. This little dial is an M2 screw. What's really interesting is the screws on the back of this are all exposed. Because Your LTT screwdriver within accessibility?
What do you need, a Phillips?
Flathead, actually.
Flip the bit in there.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's why I bought the center drive, is because it takes regular bits. Oh, sorry. No, there's just...
Bit storage in there?
There is.
Ah. That's convenient.
Isn't it just?
This might be a bit chunky for this application. Oh, it's actually perfect as it turns out.
Here you go.
B. Hanser said, LOL. What are you laughing about?
Probably how professional this is.
Yes.
We're the most professional.
So these screws on the back of the phone are all M2s.
You're going to break it.
The phone?
Yes.
Is that because I'm taking a smartphone apart?
It's just what I say to Nick every time he tries to take something apart. In my defense, he always breaks it. He usually fixes it. He always breaks it.
So, these M2 screws on the back all come out. Because this phone is designed...
I do have my LCT screwdriver in here.
Brother.
You said that, and for a second I was like,
bring it back.
where is my LTT screwdriver?
Bring it back. That's so much easier than what I'm doing right now. Inside the screwdriver handle?
That one?
Yeah, that'll work. Okay. You were laughing about the, Yes. Alright, so I think I have all these screws out. And I'm going to pay very special care to not lose them all.
He's going to lose them all.
Probably. No, I'm not.
That's cheating.
No, but using your resources. I'm putting the screws in the LTT screwdriver case. Alright, so I have all the fasteners out of this. And there should be, I believe. There's not. I'm going to have to get into the mystery bag. I'm pretty sure part of this is taking the SIM tray out. Yes, they are M2 and they are Phillips head. Promise we're getting to what's special about the phone. I love the bright orange SIM tray, or SIM tool. Boop. So, it's a bog standard basic Android phone with expandable storage. You can actually put a micro SD card slot in here, or a micro SD card in the slot. Let's see if I can see how hard this is to do.
Did you push the button?
What button?
Read that button.
Push here to release. Remove 4 screws. Okay, that's pushed. How hard do I have to push?
I don't know, man. I didn't design the phone.
You did, we'd have a lot bigger studio.
That's probably true.
Okay, there we go. So this is not exactly easy enough that I would be doing this on a daily basis. Oh, the whole camera thing, the whole camera bump comes too. Here's the back of the phone. This is a fairly thin plastic. The buttons are captive in here. Here's the back of the phone. So the reason that this phone is designed to do this is nothing actually released the CAD and an STL files for this backplate, because they want the users to be able to create their own accessories.
Looks broken.
It does look broken.
You broke it.
I want a transparent back for this. Do not disassemble the battery and related protective parts without authorization.
Let's disassemble the battery.
I just got this in the mail today. I don't want to disassemble the battery.
Well, fine. Don't disassemble the battery.
I mean,
then.
I kind of do, but no.
I think your printer's done running its warm-up cycle.
I think the printer is, in fact, done. So, you can make your own stuff for this, and that is why I bought this phone. It's $200. It has, so far, based off of my initial impressions, a pretty darn good camera. I love the way that it feels in my hand. It has that square feel. So, no. Unfortunately, they did not make it to where you could disassemble the entire phone.
It has that square feel.
So I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to actually remove the buttons. This is the first time I popped the back plate off, in case you weren't able to tell.
I don't love the fact that those are flathead screws, if I'm being honest.
I would have much rather them been either Torx or
Hex would have been fine.
Hex would have been outstanding.
Even Phillips would have been better. Flathead screws. Stop using them. They're garbage.
Stop using Phillips head screws. We've evolved beyond Phillips head screws.
I strongly agree.
Phillips head is the second worst fastener.
Next to flathead. Which is technically straight slot. Flathead is a type of screw.
But moderately easy.
Super moderately.
Yeah. Super moderately easy to take this thing apart. Do you have the thumb screw? There it is. I'm excited to play around and design some stuff for this. I've already seen some really cool things on Maker World for some accessories, and Loyal Moses is actually doing a bit of a contest in conjunction with Nothing and Bambu Lab. I don't know 100% who's affiliated how, but they're going to be giving away, they meaning Loyal's going to be giving away like a small handful of these to people who design accessories for them. And it's super easy. The files are all published online, and I love it. Also,
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Why does it have a thumb screw?
The thumb screw is for other accessories. So they have like a kickstand they have a kickstand for it that would screw in instead.
Sneak.
There's also a lanyard from them. And they also have a card wallet that can screw onto the back. And
a card wallet that screws onto the back.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So I'm excited to print some accessories and parts for this. So Raydog Knight, I did the same thing. While I was watching Loyal's stream with this on Wednesday, I got really gung-ho and doing what I did is calling it a design is being generous. I got really gung-ho and designed a MagSafe compatible case for it. Zombie Hedgehog, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Why am I struggling with that?
Because you got to put the screwdriver all the way in it first.
There. Then look at the weight inside. Okay, so I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, which let me face cam. So I have a 13 Pro Max, which is what we're using for build plate cam. And in terms of size, the CMF phone is actually slightly larger. It has a little bit more screen real estate, but with this back being plastic, it is significantly lighter. Yes, I put all the screws in the phone. All of them. So it is really easy to carry. I haven't ran an Android phone in a really long time, and I'm kind of actually considering getting a SIM card since I've been using eSIM for a long time, and maybe trying to daily drive this thing. However, I use Verizon, so I'm not sure how well that's going to work, but let me show you guys kind of the interface and their skin of Android, because I really like it. Let's see. Okay, you guys can see that. Did you just grab a scale?
Somebody asked about the weight, I thought.
Yes, they did. That's fantastic. So, this is very reminiscent of like a Pixel phone experience. Like it kind of has this cool like noir aesthetic. It can take some really good pictures, but I mean, it's a basic Android phone. At its core, it's a basic Android phone. It's got portrait mode. It does take some really good pictures. The video quality is really good. It can shoot up to 4K 30. Got a slow-mo camera as well.
It cannot shoot 4K 60 if anyone cares. Personally, I don't. But somebody might.
So, I really enjoy how snappy it is. I do believe the screen refresh rate is like 120 hertz or up to. Overall, solid little experience. Things load quickly. I actually watched MKBHD did a video on the phone, and he said that he forgot regularly during the course of testing that it was a $200 phone, which I think speaks volumes for the quality. So, handy dandy kitchen scale, let's see what the weight is. 199 grams. Oh. Or for everybody else, 7 ounces. 199, 198 grams, depending on how the scale reads. Let's see what my iPhone weighs. My iPhone 13 Pro Max weighs 239. So it's a good bit heavier. And you can feel the heft difference.
I would imagine most of that, if not all of that, is the glass back of the iPhone versus... Are we on phone cam right now?
Nope.
Okay. 'Cause I can see that moving around. Yes. Yeah, but the glass back of this versus the thin plastic back of that, of this,
Yeah.
the Nothing phone.
Yes.
I would imagine that accounts for probably all of the weight difference.
Yes.
Here's your iPhone.
I want to design a TPU case for the Nothing phone.
Oh, I like it. I was actually just thinking about doing one out of
Oh, Pet G would
emerald,
be good.
clearish emerald Pet G that I got at Murph from Greengate.
Yes. Great people. Greengate. So yes, it's a $200 smartphone. And it just feels great in the hand. So far, the responsiveness is good. So I'm going to be completely honest. I am past largely my Android phase. I know that I would never buy another Samsung phone. Personally, I use an iPhone. I have an Apple Watch. We're streaming from a MacBook right now. It's not because I'm an Apple shill or an Apple fanboy. It's because now I'm locked into the ecosystem.
Also, their stuff works with their stuff better than anything else.
Copying things on my phone and being able to paste them from my laptop, you know, all that stuff is fantastic. Now, I will say, one thing I will give Android 100% of the time is messages for web. Being able to log into any web browser on any computer and send and receive text messages from your cell phone is a great feature.
Google Photos is also better.
Google Photos is better.
I mean, you can use... I use it on my iPhone.
I do too.
But Google Photos is better.
So...
being said, as far as like their stuff working with itself, every time we put you on the phone cam, that's wireless. It's just wirelessly streaming from his phone to his MacBook.
Yep.
And he can activate that from the MacBook.
It just works well. ASA with ETG lining, sorry, TPU lining. Agree, and I can help with the wife. So I do think the ASA with a TPU lining would be a really interesting choice, especially if you had a good soft TPU. I'll call that blue. Okay. So it's going to heat the nozzle, and we're going to get a print rolling on the Bambu. And as we're kind of just keeping the ball rolling here, then we're going to go ahead and dive into the AliExpress mystery box. Genuinely, I'm really excited. So, did I buy this as a phone? No. I mostly bought it as a toy. The other thing with it is I kind of want to maybe play around with doing some Android app development or something. So having an actual in my hand Android device is a really handy thing. While I work on this, would you mind telling the people about how we could potentially incorporate this into video production?
The phone?
Yeah.
Well, so far, I haven't put any of the pictures or footage up on the big screen on my PC yet. Being said, the screen on there is actually pretty good. And we just took a couple of quick clips, just short clips while we were at dinner, a couple while we were driving, a bunch of pictures while we were driving.
I was driving, he was picturing.
Yeah, he was driving, I was playing with the phone because I'm a child. Anyways, so I am actually considering ordering one of those because one of the apps that we use at work, they do not make for iPhone, so I have to carry an old Android phone because I don't actually have a work phone. I could probably just tell my boss to give me one, but I don't know. I have the old Samsung phone and it works-ish. The problem is it doesn't charge, and there's also a couple of other things that I agree with him. Just some stuff that Android can do that you just the iPhone just can't or won't do it, or there's just not an app for it on iPhone. So every now and then, I need an Android phone. Point being, for $200. Oh, and my Samsung phone, the charging port is permanently borked. It says there's water in it. Hasn't been exposed to water in 6 months, at least. But it says there's water in it, in the charging port. There isn't. So yeah, I can only charge it with the MagSafe puck that I have for my phone. I cannot plug it in to charge it, which is a pain in the butt.
All right, we're gonna start a print on the A1. Let's see, I got Filament loaded in. And click on Print Files, Swatch Display Board, Scraper, Benchy. There's a bag clip, book stand,
I feel like just do the Benchy.
Kids Ocarina. My gosh, there's a lot of really cool files on here. This is a speedboat race, Benchy. Might get a little loud. What's the time on the bag clip? Bag clip's 35 minutes.
Punch it.
Send it.
We are sending it.
Yeah. Cute little noises. Oh, also, something else I forgot to tell you guys about the CMF phone is it has an in-screen fingerprint reader. I didn't set it up, mostly because we've been handing this thing back and forth. Were you doing something specific on here?
Yes.
Okay.
Ish.
Okay. So, 95A Zombie Hedgehog works pretty good for phone cases.
Go lay down.
Go get your toy. Go on. Go get your toy. toy. That's what I thought. What you doing? I want to see how hot that gets when playing whole I/O. Because whole I/O just absolutely obliterates my iPhone battery.
Whole I/O obliterates everything. I've never had a phone be happy about it. I've never had one not do it, but I've never had one be happy about it.
It makes it roasty. So we are running our first print. We've got a bag clip. Cameraman Beau here has a game loading.
All right, that needs to change immediately.
Quick show of hands in chat. How many of you guys play mobile games with the sound on? Because I cannot. I wish that I knew a way to screencast from that. So that way people could see what you were doing.
I just want to see if it lags, because I've had this... This game is not loved by my iPhone 15 Pro Max. I mean, granted, that's once you get to, like, the higher levels, like the 140s and higher. And I'm on level 1 right now.
That's fair.
But it doesn't love it.
If you guys are paying attention, do me a favor. If you're one of the normal sane people who do not play mobile games with your sound on, go ahead and like the stream. Helps push it out to more people. Because we got like 10 people hanging out in chat and we don't have any likes. Help us out, guys. Come on. Hey, there's 4. I had to refresh. Those might have been there all along. I might have been lying. I apologize. Okay, so the printer is printing. Cameraman Beau is now playing games. I think it's time we get into the AliExpress stuff. Look at that. I told you, we had a game plan coming into this show.
We're doing. We've 2/3 of the way nailed it.
Hey, we're about to 3/3 of the way nail it. So this is my first experience with AliExpress, and this is how my order came packaged, was just in this bag. And this bag feels dirty. Touch that. Like, doesn't that just have the feel of dirt?
Yes, it does.
Okay, there's no personal information there.
Never mind the fact that the whole table is shaking. It's fine.
What is this? Okay, so because of you awesome people on our last stream, I went on and... Excuse you. Once it's actually like printing, it's pretty quiet. I also didn't do the active motor noise cancellation because that was going to take forever and be loud. Yes, one bag holds more bags. Oh, this... Gosh, that feels like somewhere between trash bag and tent.
It also feels dirty.
I love the nozzle wiper, or the little silicone scrubber. But because of you people, you awesome people in chat, last stream I ordered a bunch of stuff on AliExpress. So, let's see if you guys can guess anything. This large box, large square, has to do with the printers. Trash. What do you guys think this one is? I'm super excited to see this. Do you remember which one you picked? Or is this going to be a surprise for you too?
It's going to be a surprise for me too.
Because I legitimately bought the one you picked out. That's right. It's a build plate. PEI or PEOG.
Goes in the square hole.
That's right. It goes in the square hole. So I don't know if this was an OCD thing for people, but when I was in high school, I worked at Taco Bell. And when customers would come in and request a specific number of sauces, I would always give them 1 or 3 more than they asked for. Never less than. So this is a very cool PEO, I think is what it is, build plate. Or BT, not 100%. Let's see, I hope you guys can see this. So this side has this cool, like, starlight type pattern. And the other side has like a rainbow fractal pattern. Oh yeah, you guys can kind of barely see that. You're definitely seeing the studio light in the background. But these are super cool. And these images will actually be transferred onto the first layer of a print. Here you go. This is what you told me to buy.
Dope.
Look at the other side.
Dope.
So those will actually be transferred. And I know that Zombie Hedgehog knows a thing or two about these because his maker chips from Murph had some really silky smooth bottom layers. I'm really excited for those. So really excited about that. That goes kind of with the printer. Now that it's running, super quiet. I love how there's no hesitation. Didn't have to spend any time leveling the bed. It just has automatic bed leveling, and it's laying down a crispy first layer. All right, do you guys want to see what's in the small envelope or the gray bag? Which of these do you want to get into next? Because they're both pretty cool. And I can tell you that this little envelope costs more than the gray bag. Behanzer, yes, you absolutely can. From Ember Prototypes is the company that makes the custom PEI build plates. Calix said gray bag. Does anybody want to see what's in the envelope first? Or are we going for the gray bag? What's your vote for? Gray bag or envelope?
The cheaper one.
The cheaper one. Okay, that would be the gray bag. Yeah, that's 2 votes in chat. Are you checked out of chat? Are you gaming now? Have you been away from mobile games too long?
No, I downloaded Whole IO.
Oh, gosh.
So far, I'm halfway through the first one. No warmth.
That's impressive. We got a lot of 1.75 PLA samples. That's what came in the bag. Filament sample. Actually, there's some cool colors in here. Ooh, I really like that pink. Look at all that, man. We got some filament.
Oh, I forgot about all that.
I did too. The bag of filament weighs more than the actual device. I do hate these. I do hate filament coils. I also got this awesome carbon fiber case. Oh my gosh. It's like caved in.
That's perfect. That's what you want, really.
Oh gosh, I'm so glad that... That's impressive.
That's one full round of Whole IO.
That is impressive. You need a filament splicer. Did you guys see the announcement that I don't remember if it was eSun or Sunlu made, but one of those two is making a filament splicer. Oh, I forgot I got the purple one.
Oh yeah, that's right, because I made you do that. Real quick, just back on this phone. What I was just doing is playing a couple of games that are fairly intensive on like graphics and everything, and will usually make a phone heat up pretty quick. And this thing handled them very well. So for a $200 phone, I'm very impressed. Played them very smoothly as well.
So, at the recommendation of somebody in chat last week, and I don't remember who, or 2 weeks ago, whenever we streamed it was 2 weeks ago, I bought a 3D printing pen. I've never had one. I've always wanted one. And it was like $14 for the pen and some filament. And this nifty case.
I thought that was before we went to Merc.
No, that was after. It also came with this holder, which
That's kind of handy.
is also plastic.
That might be less handy.
So that's doing a slight concern. Oh, what? How did these go on? It also came with these little thimble. Ow. Meh. That is uncomfortable to wear on an adult-sized finger. I don't like that.
What are those for? What? I'll just have a stroke now.
I'm guessing so as to not burn yourself. The instructions don't say.
Perfect. That's what you want, really, is for the instructions to not say.
Timely use of perspective says that you need to hold this at a precise 65-degree angle.
What's this do?
Hey, buddy. It sure does. That's the speed controller. Dang, I don't have an empty USB over here. In a weird move, this thing is USB powered. Why are you looking at me like that?
Is your big anchor in your bag?
No. No, it isn't. No, but the smaller one is. Big brain. Got some juice in it. Oh, and then because I'm bad at things, let's go ahead and grab the envelope here. The envelope is 3D printing pen projects. So, like, it's going to teach me how to make an Eiffel Tower. And I'm pretty sure you just trace these things.
It doesn't care about that at all.
Man. I
We
suppose
can
I
talk
can
about that later. Make a video about it.
We can. I could do without this large bag of filament coils. I wonder if this filament's any good.
For no more than you paid for it, I doubt it.
I wonder.
Even that bag feels dirty. What did you unplug?
The buttons. The Stream Deck. Okay, that works. PLA. Yes. Pick us a color there, cameraman Beau.
I will say, fun fact, this is a resealable bag.
That's a resealable bag that I would actually...
A resealable bag. Oh. First open.
Right. That's weird.
Quality.
Main items, 3D printing pen. Why does this keep knocking the camera out?
You know what it could be? Is you could be
Drawing too much power from those two USB ports.
not to mention also overloading your dongle.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be able to play with the 3D printing pen.
Here, let me sit.
One more question about the phone. The big screw on the back. How long is the threaded screw? Hey, are your calipers in there? Or are they in the garage?
I think they're in the garage.
Okay. I don't know how long the threaded screw is. There. Wait. There might be dimensions on... Hold on.
If I plug you in...
It is 4.03 millimeters, and it is an M2.5 screw. So the length is 4.03 of the screw fastener. Also, guys, I'll zoom you in on the printer here. That is looking good. The Lagoon Blue from New Makers. Don't need calipers anymore.
Sweet, because if I'm being honest, I was not going out to the garage to get those.
I wouldn't have asked you to. I want to make some really cool accessories for this thing. I just went really simple on my first upload, and I just did an outline of the back plate so that way people could... I used it for MMU stuff.
Oh boy.
Are you making a mess in there?
Yep.
I think he got the printer pen working.
Correct.
All right, guys, we're gonna go mobile with the phone camera for a moment. Hold on, I'm just gonna black this out so you guys don't get motion sick. Okay. Cameraman Beau is doing art.
I'm doing modern art.
The best kind of art.
Yeah, because it can look like crap and rich people think that it looks good.
Did you know that modern art was a psyop?
I'm not even sort of surprised.
All right, I'm sure you guys are tired of me being shaky. We're gonna go back to the studio space.
I don't know how to make it stop.
I would just unplug it or retract. One of those buttons is out. Okay, let's set you guys free back on the printer now. A small part of me wants to mount that 3D printer pen on a 3D printer and see just how terrible it can print. Here's the thing with those printer pens. I have never actually seen something made by somebody with one of them look good. They all just look awful. And granted, that's because we as human beings do not have the precision of a robot. I understand that. And there's also no part cooling. But it just doesn't look like something that you could do consistently good artwork on. but I'm excited to play around with it. What do you guys think in chat? Do any of you have experience with 3D printer pens? Have any of you ever actually used? Have any of you ever actually used a 3D printer pen? Builder's Mark made a tower. Okay. I have a cheap AliExpress pen. Mint 3D. So, here's my thought process on why I bought the 3D printer pen. One, it was cheap, and I thought it would make for some funny content while I learned how to use 3D printer pen. And two, my bigger goal is I actually have kind of I have a generalized use case for it. So my preferred adhesive for gluing multi-piece models together is 3D glue, because it's a chemical weld and it's super strong and it cures instantly. It's actually stronger than the print around it, because the way it kind of dissolves and sticks PLA and other materials if you buy the different glues together. So I think that's pretty cool. However, depending on the model, sometimes you have seams. So I bought the 3D printer pen to actually, after gluing a model together, weld the seams prior to sanding them down. Yep, Mark said that he uses it for welding parts and emergency supports.
Go.
So the other cool thing with the CMF phone, so kind of a conversation happening in chat about designing parts for it. One of the interesting things is M2.5 is a standard screw size. That's something that is obtainable. So the designed accessories don't even have to necessarily just use the provided screws from the phone. If you know how big the accessory that you're making is, you could actually design a part to use longer screws and add it to a bill of materials. And it's really interesting. I kind of want to do a video about this, but Bambu is doing some really cool stuff on their store website, and they've somewhat recently launched their maker supply. They have all sorts of really cool stuff. They have fasteners, they have magnets, they have bearings, they have ball bearings, springs, I mean, small servos. There's an absolute ton of stuff on there. And I noticed when I was uploading a model onto Maker World the other day, they now give you the option to have a bill of parts, and you can actually link products directly from the Maker World, or from the Maker Store, whatever they call it, Maker Supply. You can actually link the parts directly from Maker Supply right directly into your models, which means they can find the model and the hardware all in one fell swoop. And I think it's really interesting. Bambu's kind of trying to genuinely take over the, no pun intended here, Maker world. Like, they're trying to be as much of a one-stop shop as possible. And I realize that they've come out of the gate swinging with 3D printers, but what is that face?
Did you just say Bambu is trying to take over the maker world?
I did.
You're the worst.
The world of makers.
Also, I made you this.
Let me see.
It's a nothing, and I'm not even a little proud of it.
Cameraman Beau made a calibration cube. Yeah, that looks like that's about 20 by 17 millimeters. I mean, it's melted PLA.
Also, you're getting some of the build plate along with that.
The build plate. What are these instructions from?
I don't know. I think they might have come with a flashlight. Maybe.
Is this JS aux?
I have no idea.
That's hilarious. It's definitely a Chinese-owned company. I have no clue what this could be. Hilarious, dude. Anyway, before I got interrupted with show and tell following arts and crafts. Oh, also, here's how the little stand works. Sits in there. And sits in there. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we see Bambu Lab venture out of the realm of filament-based 3D printers. Does that mean resin printers? I could almost promise it. Obviously, we don't know any inside information here, but basically every major filament 3D printer manufacturer also makes resin machines. And since their whole branding is...
We know all of the insider information. All of it.
Since all of their branding seems to kind of center around being very maker-oriented, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see things like laser engravers from them, and I would very much imagine that, based off of my experience with their printers up to this point, the laser engraver would probably have an experience very similar to that of a Glowforge. And I could even potentially see a Bambu CNC. Like,
That'd be cool.
I genuinely think that as the years go by and they continue to just keep dominating the market, I think they're going to start venturing into other areas of the maker and crafter space and design some really cool stuff. They're already setting themselves up for it with the whole Maker Supply and Maker World monikers. I wouldn't be surprised if we see stuff like that.
A Bambu Lab branded CNC machine, while I'm sure not cheap, would be awesome.
It would be so well built.
Yes.
It would be
yes, it
so
would.
easy to use. So far, this print is looking amazing, and holy smokes is this Lagoon Blue a beautiful filament.
Yeah, the print's looking really good. Also, it looks like it's almost done, maybe. Looks like it's starting the top layer.
2 minutes left. First, the Voron version. Yeah, I'm really excited about Voron Cascade. I think that machine's going to be super rad. I'm torn now. Originally this year, I had full intentions on building a Milo 1.5. However, then Voron Cascade got announced. So
I don't know what that is.
Voron's making their own CNC router.
Ah.
Yeah, and it looks sick. I think one of the absolute craziest things. So I've been 3D printing for a really long time now. It's been a while. These new super fast machines, like the Bambus and basically everybody else working on playing catch up, they just absolutely chug through filament. It's just crazy to watch how fast the machine just eats filament from the spool. Also, I know you suggested the Benchy, but I kind of thought it was apt to the chip clip, since you have by far printed more chip clips than probably any other person ever.
That seems perhaps a bit extreme. Being said, I'm very impressed with this print quality. And also, that's very quiet. I mean, I'm sitting... My face is like 18 inches away from it. It's very quiet.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, look at that. It's done.
Are we going to get the cute little beep? Probably as soon as it's done presenting. I love the sound. Makes me so happy. Flex the plate.
Okay.
That's what flex plates are for.
You're a flex plate.
There you go.
Hold this.
And you just put it back on the printer. I love how it melted a hole in the back of the build plate all on its own.
That's impressive.
Well, given the fact that you are the king of chip clips, your dog is using my backpack as a pillow. That's kind of adorable.
Sure, sure.
Let me... Alright, you guys want to see this print? Because it looks gorgeous. Show the people what we've made directly from the
or
SD
drop
card.
it immediately.
That's a me maneuver. That first layer, though. Holy smokes.
Top layer also looks really good.
That is crispy.
And then it is...
Also, that filament, man. That filament. Do a clamp of this.
You want me to give him the clamps?
Give them the clamps.
I gave him the clamps.
That's...
I'm gonna get punched in the face.
It wasn't that robust. Let's give it another fold over.
Give him the clamps.
That is really on there.
I do like this design because it seems like, oh yeah, it is like, you don't actually have to get it all the way, and it'll kind of stay there.
Show the people that,
So
not just me.
I like this design because the ones that I've printed, you actually need to flip them all the way shut or they'll just open. But this, I don't know if I'm...
You are.
Okay. With this one, you can, whatever your thickness is of...
Chip bag stock.
Yeah, of chip bag stock. Cram it in there, get this to wherever, and it will just sit there and be clamped onto it.
I like that model a lot.
I do too.
That is awesome. I love how you did that straight into your mic.
I was trying to do it into my arm.
I know your mic was just on that side.
I apologize if I coughed in your ears.
I'm super happy with this. Really good first layer. Very, very minor strings. Those tolerances, though. And, I mean, it's been said.
Can I assume that that's on Maker World since it came on?
I would have to imagine.
Because I will probably print more of that model because I think I like it better.
So, it's been said about stuff a bajillion times, but like a design like this is something that can only be manufactured with 3D printing.
Yes.
As a one-shot go, and the fact that this only took 35 minutes is crazy. Being said, just think about how many chips you could eat in 35 minutes while you wait to seal the bag up.
Well, I wouldn't need that.
So I think that turned out really well. I'm really, really excited about my new printer, and even more excited about the video that we're going to be using it for. Genuinely, I've been wanting this machine since it came out. I love the A1 Mini, and I use the A1 Mini a lot. However, I've been wanting to do some multicolor stuff recently for personal projects. and the A1 Mini has just not been big enough. So the A1 is definitely going to be a fantastic size upgrade for that purpose.
Did you tell the people what video you bought this for? Or project?
Nope.
Series of videos, most likely?
It's gonna, I think a series is the best way to do it, and then maybe like a video over showing the whole
If we
project.
don't, it's going to be a 2-hour video.
I've been watching 45-minute videos recently, so being said, those people are way more entertaining than we are.
You've also been watching golf videos.
I've also been watching Cletus McFarland. I've been watching golf and Cletus McFarland has been my experience.
That's a good combination of things.
That's like Murica as it gets. No, I haven't. I don't know. Should we tell them what the project is and ask what they think about should it be a series or a just long video? Should we give away the surprise? Should you go to sleep soon?
I should. I keep yawning.
You look like you're about done for there, fella.
My defense, I got up for work
22 hours?
24 hours minus 2.5 hours ago. I'm too tired for math. I'll let you do the math on that.
Yeah, 24 hours minus 2.5 hours should get everybody.
21.5 hours.
That should get everybody where they want to be.
Perfect.
Calix has multiple videos. Mark said big project. I think ultimately the way that would be determined would just be how we capture everything.
I would imagine on video. He's gonna stop having me on the streams.
I'm not. Because at this point, you're a valuable part of these streams.
You screwed yourself. Oh.
You're the comic relief.
I got you this. Don't let it get beat.
Don't say things like that on the internet.
You want to get striked?
See, this was way less fun when you sat behind the camera. Now that you sit in front of the camera and are an active participant, it's easier to have more organic fun.
Do my eyes look red and glassy right now?
Buddy, you look like you've been hanging out with Snoop and Willie Nelson.
I promise.
In reality, you just have to wake up for work at the same time that I go to bed.
It's just because I keep yawning.
Not helping.
Eyes keep watering.
So, actually, Calix said it's a great idea. I just feel like it would be super long of one video. Eyes. Yes, they do. Yeah, he's been hanging out with the DO double G.
Thanks.
So, the video idea that I have is...
Don't spoil it.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
He said don't spoil it. I can't tell you guys.
I think it'll be more fun as a surprise.
I think you're right.
Also, it'll be a surprise to us if it works.
Yeah, I think it will. I think the concept is there. People love watching videos with the kind of concept that it'll be. Whether it resonates with our audience or not is a different story.
You guys are going to hate it. It's going to be terrible.
Coming soon. Oh, man.
No, I think it's going to be fun.
It is. I think there's going to be some emotion involved. It'll be cool. I think we're going to have to get creative in how we do stuff. Calix said, I'll watch it. You watch everything that we do, and I appreciate that about you.
And that's what I appreciate about you. I'm going to try to get some footage of Rem yeeting a golf club into the woods.
That wasn't a planned segment. Why would I do that?
I was just thinking it'd make good B-roll for the project video.
I'm surprised.
Every time you get annoyed, just, oh, this is so frustrating. Cut to a scene of you chucking something into the woods. We gotta go disc golfing.
No.
That's gone forever.
There should not be a camera anywhere near. No. I get way too ragey about disc golf.
I can't get ragey about disc golf because my head will literally explode. I once threw a disc directly into a tree that was about 6 feet in front of me that I should have easily not thrown a disc into. I just threw it in the wrong direction.
The first rule of disc golf is if there is a tree, you are going to hit it.
And, well, all I want to know is who put that tree there.
I have a Velcro patch on my backpack. It's a picture of a disc golf or like a disc golf disc flying towards a tree, and it says "just hit it."
I've seen it.
Okay, so I guess it's gonna stay a surprise, and we are going to have to figure out the logistics of that. I've had a lot of fun tonight. I got to open a printer that I've wanted for a very long time. We got to get through the AliExpress box. We talked about my super cool new cell phone. I'm very excited to play around with this more and see where the creativity from everybody on Maker World goes, because I love the idea of a phone designed for being able to have accessories made by users. I think that this phone is starting something really unique, and that more companies should get on board. Because at the end of the day, when you purchase a cell phone, it's your cell phone. You own it, and you should be able to make things for it. So, from...
Hashtag not legal advice.
I said should be able to. I didn't say do it. So...
But you did say you own it. Hashtag not legal advice.
I mean, I own my cell phone now. Verizon doesn't own it anymore.
You forgot we went golfing. I realized we didn't do it on stream per se, but you said I had fun tonight, and you forgot to mention golfing. That was fun.
Set that at the top of the show.
I had fun golfing.
Yeah.
I didn't do well.
Oh.
But I had fun.
Oh, you're saying I didn't include that in my recap of the day.
In your recap of having fun tonight.
Ah, okay.
Yes, correct. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think that more companies should get on board with what Nothing is doing with this. I mean, they don't want you taking apart the battery.
Which is fair, because if you take apart a lithium battery, it could explode in your face.
You should not take apart a battery.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
However, a battery should be easily user replaceable. Because honestly, so the iPhone that I'm daily carrying right now, it's a 13 Pro Max. And at this particular juncture, the only gripe that I'm having is my battery life is starting to drop off. But I've had it since the year they came out. I don't know what my battery health is. It's not great. Now, some of that might be because I am running the iOS 18 beta. You can hit disconnect on that. We're done with that for the night. But my battery life has been terrible lately. It's an older phone. Just swipe down from the top and search. So it should be easy for me to remove the back of the phone and change out the battery. However, it is not. That's technology we had years ago and have lost. So that is one place where I will say I think that nothing kind of dropped the ball in not giving us a user replaceable battery in this device. There's nothing wrong with running an older phone. I, for a long time, was an upgrade every year person, and at this point, if my battery life is not completely shot,
Your maximum capacity is down to 82%.
getting a new phone this year.
So that'd be why it doesn't last as long.
Yeah, because when I bought that phone, I could run 2 days with no charge.
I remember. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Granted, that's been 3 years ago.
This one doesn't do too bad.
You've got the 15 Pro Max now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm at 95% right now. The last time I charged it was when I left work.
Is it about 145?
Yeah.
Well, I was using Oh, you weren't running GPS at the golf course. I was. So yeah.
Again, I haven't used it much, but still 5% over the course of 8.5 hours, give or take.
Yeah, that's fair. So overall, I love the idea. I love what this phone represents. It may not be something that I carry and use every day. It's definitely going to be something that works its way into my travel bag, though, as a quick camera that I can afford for it to get beat up, to have around maybe as a spare phone. And I like what it represents, being able to personalize your property. Because for $200, I bought the thing outright, and it's mine. Now,
It's mine.
it is kind of limited in some regards. It doesn't support wireless charging. It doesn't have an NFC reader, which is kind of a bummer. And I don't know the full reasoning, but apparently it has some issues with the Verizon network, which is a different kind of problem. But it's a budget-friendly phone that's designed for makers to be able to do cool stuff with.
I would like to point out, for literally $1,000 less than the phone that's in my pocket right now, I think it's okay that it doesn't have wireless charging or NFC or a lot of those other things, because it works well. It functions well. They didn't make a crappy phone that, as best as we can tell in the time that we've messed with it,
About 3 hours.
but like I said, I did run a few more intensive games on it, and it handled them like a champ. So making a phone that runs well, and then sacrificing some of those features that maybe you don't really need or use all that much. I mean, wireless charging is great.
I use it daily, exclusively.
I use it because I have a MagSafe puck plugged in next to my bed on my nightstand. But I charge in the big truck. I charge by plugging in a cable.
I have a MagSafe battery bank at work, dude.
The other thing is, MagSafe is great. Wireless charging on my Samsung, it's not magnetic. On the big truck, because I can't plug it in, even if I bought an actual, like, big charging mat, the phone would just bounce off of it.
Yes.
So
They also have a whole other army of stuff that goes with this. So they have matching headphones and a customizable smartwatch too. And the headphones actually look really good.
interesting.
Something that I'm kind of thinking is going to be easy to design. I want to just make a thing that you can screw on the back that you can put a MagSafe ring in. So I can use it with like MagSafe
To
windshield
mount
mounts.
it in the car.
Yes, because like even if you don't have an iPhone, the MagSafe car mounts are so nice to have. So much nicer, so much more sleek looking than those old school ratcheting style ones that everybody grew up with.
You're not wrong. But like the one that Nate uses, you do that easily. you would just need, you know, whatever your back plate is to have that.
You can buy rings. You can buy the little circle MagSafe rings online.
Well, right, but I'm talking about the one that Nate has, where it's just a magnet and you just put a plate on the back of your phone or phone case.
Mm-hmm.
And those are just adhesive.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that would be nice is if you don't want to put it on the phone directly, you can print yourself a case.
Oh, I designed the whole... I have a quick, easy back plate that you can print for it that matches the dimensions that's up on Maker World. That you could do that with.
Right. Okay.
Buy the magnets on AliExpress. I've thought about that. But I don't know how much AliExpress shopping I'm really going to be doing. That was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing, and
Everything works.
as far as we know, I haven't used the build plate yet.
That's
That might
fair.
end catastrophically.
I sort of doubt it. This worked, I thought, really well. I don't see a lot of usefulness personally out of something like this, but it worked really well.
We are going to do some of the projects out of the book. This book right here, full of 3. They got Peppa Pig up in this thing.
And we got all the colors. We can make that happen.
We do have all the colors to make Peppa Pig. We can make a ukulele.
And ukulala.
I think this is the gold plate. So we're not drawing on the paper in the book. Which I just now discovered was in here. We got Big Ben, a windmill, a carousel, a peacock. Now that looks difficult. Yeah, so I'm excited.
I like this chip clip design. I know I said it already, but I'm going to say it again. I still like it.
I didn't think your opinion of it would have changed in the last 10 minutes.
That is correct, sir. I'm glad you didn't think that.
Yeah, so guys, that is everything we had planned. We had a whole agenda, and dude, we did everything.
We followed through.
We did everything on the agenda.
Most of the people here know that's not common for us at all.
It is not. We got...
What are those? What are those?
That's the octopus chip clip. It looks much more simple.
I'm doing a like of it.
No moving parts.
That's a Cthulhu one. Excuse me.
There's Edgar.
Is he a son of a gun?
No, that's Nate's chameleon, remember?
And Edgar Allan Poe.
That's a bear. Sure,
You're a
these
bear.
are...
Hey, there's the ones that I made. Scroll up. Up. Right there.
Yep. Will require further research. But, guys, I think that's our show for the night. We had an agenda, and over the last 2 hours, we have unboxed, assembled, and printed with a brand new printer.
I wasn't in this room for the whole stream. Did anybody guess the movie that Bonesaw McGraw was from?
No, nobody did.
I'm sad. If anyone's curious,
Toby Man 1.
it was the very first Spider-Man movie from 2000?
Something like that.
Somewhere between 98 and 02.
Toby Man 1.
Yeah, Toby Man 1.
But we got everything knocked off. Got to get into the AliExpress stuff. Got to check out this here sweet phone for makers. I'm excited to print some accessories for it. This thing is getting a lot of attention on social media right now. MKBHD reviewed it and liked it, and he said that he forgot very frequently that it was a $200 smartphone, which excites me.
I'm gonna have to order one of those, and I hate you.
Why do you have to order one? You don't need to.
I do need a new work phone.
You should see if you can write you should see if you can turn it in on an expense report of some sort.
I don't know how to do an expense report. You want to know why?
Because you drive a truck.
I drive the truck.
What you do is
I need a hat that says I drive the truck.
What you do is you go to your boss and say, hey, I need a new phone. Can I have $200, please? I bought a phone. Calix, you are not too young to have watched the first Spider-Man movie. You are not too young to have enjoyed Tobey Man, the original Spider-Man trilogy.
I watched all 4 of the Jaws movies the other day. Not for the first time. It was like the 4th or 5th or 12th time.
My grandpa and I watched all of the Jaws movies the day my sister was born. There was a marathon. Oh, it's Shark Week! I forgot it was Shark Week.
Well, in that case, I'm going to have to go watch 47 Meters Down, The Meg 2.
Oh, I have cable this week. Dog sitting. You were born in 08. You're too young. You're not too young for Spider-Man. You know what's crazy?
Calix, that's the year I graduated high school.
You want to know what's crazy? He's about to be able to have a driver's license.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Well, conveniently, I think that's the show for today, so you can be done for the night.
No, not on the show. Just on this planet. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
All right, Professor. All right, guys, that's the show. That's all we have planned. It's been a really fun time. I'm super happy with how many people were here hanging out in chat. It means a lot. And if you guys can think of any cool projects for the CMF phone and you want to design it, throw them up on MakerWorld. The CAD files are available for the backplate, which is a really awesome move from the Nothing Company. If you want to take a crack and guess what our big project or the other secret project are, come hang out in the Discord or throw up your ideas on Twitter. Eat your vegetables. That's all I got, man.